we have trained a model, and now we got the model from the trainable machine. So now we're going to implement it on the web application. And this one, I'm using the editor in my local machine, which is Visual Studio Code, for implementing the web application. And these are the library that we require to import into this application, which is we have to import the pf-file.js and pf-file.dom, which is manipulate or create the DOM HTML in the web application. And the last one is the ml-file.min.js. It is the library that's make it easy to use with the machine learning in the browser. It is the compressed version, which is you can see this .min.js in here. All right, so the section that we're going to implement in this script, the JavaScript in here. And this URL link is get from the Teachable machine, which I'm already trained the object. And you can see there is the object detected into the classified images. And this URL, if I add the model.json, and you guys can see there is the JSON data object in there. There's many data value in here. So we're going to use that URL in the JavaScript. So we're going to implement in this function, and this function is the predefined function. You have to write correctly the following here. So now I'm going to load the model by using the ml-file.classifier, and then we're going to pass the value of the URL link that I have explained, the URL link, the Teachable machine, and with the model.json. Okay, so now we have load the asset into the web browser, and this variable model, we going to use that in another function. So we have to declare it into the global variable, and now we're going to implement in this setup function. And here we're going to create the canvas. So the canvas here, we paste the width and height so that we're going to put the webcam into the canvas. And the next, I'm create capture video so that we can see the preview of the video record or video preview. So I'm going to pass that into the canvas so that we can customize or in the canvas instead of using the video object DOM. You can see there's two elements in here. So I'm going to hide the video elements in here by just saying video.hide. So this function will hide the video HTML or video element there. Okay, you can see display none here. And the next we're going to implement on the draw function, which is the predefined function. And I'm going to use the variable video into that function. So I have to declare it into the global variable so that we can use it into the draw function. So for the first statement, we're going to call the image function, which is we draw the image into the canvas. So I'm going to pass the first variable is the video, the object video in there, and then the coordinate location there. So I'm going to pass it 0 and 0. So it's going to be placed on the top at the left here. Okay. So now you can see there is the video in the canvas frame. And the next we're going to place the text. I'm going to write some text when we detect the object there into the classifier. So I set the text size to 50. And then we're going to align the text into the center one. And you cannot see the text yet because I'm not yet write the text in there. And the text is placed below the canvas. So now I'm going to fill the color so that we can see. And 0 value in here is referred to the value of the RGB. 0 referred to the black color. And then I'm going to write the text, which label of the text. And then the coordinate location, and by calculation, the width and height. You can see there's it's black in here. So I'm going to change the value in here to 255, which is represent to the white color. So I'm going to refresh that. Okay, you can see the label in here. And this label we're going to dynamically to the object when we classify the object. So I'm going to define the variable in here, label, and then I'm going to declare as other global variable as well. And next, I'm going to call the classify action function, which is I'm going to define it. And this function is not the predefined function in the pfi.js. And you can see there's an error in here in the console tab. So now I'm going to implement the classify action. Okay. In the classify action, I'm going to call the objects of the model and then the function classify. And this parameter accepts the object of the picture or image or video. So the first I'm going to pass the video object, and then the second one is the callback function, which I'm going to define. So I'm going to call this as the result data. You can see there is in the console tab is an error because it doesn't have this function as well. So I'm going to grade the function data, and the function data have the two parameter or two arguments. So the first is the error and the second is the results. So first I'm going to check if there is an error. I'm going to show the console.error, which is show the error message in the console tab. Okay, and then I'm not going to run the below code, so I'm going to return it back to the function. Okay. Okay, so for the next, I'm going to print in the console tab, in the console, which is the object. I'm going to test that, the result. Okay. You can see there isn't 4 object in the array. You can see, I'm going to expand that. And you can see there is the top to bottom. The top one is the highest score and the last one is the lowest score. You can see one point something is the -9. I mean the -9 here and -8. And if I expand that, you can see the confidence score and their label as well. So the confidence score is nearly perfect, nearly 100%. So we can get the first elements as the object that the highest confidence score. So I'm going to get the first object and then the attribute, I mean the label, okay? So that we can get the label name. Okay, this is the Caesar, okay? So the Caesar in here, we're going to show in the label there and there. So I'm going to copy that and paste into the variable, global variable label. And then we're going to test by just change the objects to the brush one. You can see that the label is not changed because the function is just run only once. That's why you can see only the previous label of previous objects is shown in the label, even we change to another object. So to change that or to fix that, we have to call the function classify action again in the result data, which is the callback function. And this will do the recursive function again and again and detect the object based on what is in the frame. So let's see that. And the pen, I'm changing it to the pen and it shows it as pen as well. Even the cat, it's recognized as the cat, okay? And that's it for today's video. We just built a trainable machine classification model and turn it into the working web application. If you found this helpful or inspiring, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any future project. And if you have any question, want to see more features, just drop a comment below. I would love to hear your ideas, okay? Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.